Listen up. Caten is going to share her story. She's had digestive issues from the time she was a baby, then has started to manifest into other like IBS and going into panic, going into anxious feelings, really low mood. All of this is so interesting. Like that gut brain connection is real. So what happened was the doctors were telling her everything's fine, nothing wrong, but she knew that there was, and she decided to seek out alternatives. And then she actually became a certified integrative nutrition coach specializing in gut health. I love this because you have the personal experience and you're able to now help other people that have gone through what you've gone through. If you want to see other stories, you can hop on over to our Mental Wellness Warriors community and see hundreds of other stories all about this gut brain connection. Caten, tell us about your background, what you experienced as a young girl and now into your young womanhood, and how things are so different now than they were even just a few years ago.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. So yeah, like you mentioned, Dale, I've had digestive issues since I was literally born. I was a colicky baby, and we know now that, colic basically means that the infant is just very uncomfortable, usually has to do with digestive issues. So as I got older, this manifested into IBS. I was told I had IBS at the age of 13. Every time I went to the doctor, they like press on your stomach and just check you out. And I would always just kind of flinch or make a little noise or something. And she would say, oh, you've always had a tender tummy. You just have a sensitive tummy. You're all good. And basically just dismiss that. And I didn't know any better. I was super young, but I just can vividly remember that every single year I would go, and every time she would just, no, like you're fine. Also manifested into allergies as well. I used to have like really itchy ears, and I would bring that up as well. And she would say like, oh, it's normal. I can also remember like going to like my grandparents' house. They make a lot of like goodies and stuff. And I just was always running to the bathroom after eating. Like I was very, very, very sick every time I would eat something that was a little bit unhealthy or sugary. And this just continued throughout my life. Finally, when I was 17, I was so sick of it. And I sought out a naturopathic practitioner that did a bunch of testing on me and found that I had a gluten intolerance, which that alone helped me so much. I also was told I had a leaky gut, which made a ton of sense. And now that I had that diagnosis, I was able to really start to heal and treat the root cause, which is amazing. Because I had digestive issues, it manifested into anxiety, depression. I was a very, very emotional teenager. I had a lot of anger, anxiety, or like anxiousness, and just I was not well mentally, physically, emotionally at all, which was really tough.
So you know now, as a gut specialist and integrative nutrition coach, that there's a total connection between that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. Even a few years ago, I was in school becoming a gut health practitioner, and I still was dealing with some pretty severe anxiety. It actually manifested into panic attacks, which are terrible. If you've ever experienced that, I'm so sorry. It's very difficult, and I barely even go to work. I was not doing well. Then a friend of mine mentioned she had this protocol that she had been using, and she implemented it into her routine and her daughter's routine, who was struggling with some pretty severe gut health issues as well, that also manifested into some anxiety, mood issues, I guess, and some low energy. She recommended it to me. I did my own research first. I asked a bunch of questions, looked over the ingredients, everything like that, because I'm very conscious about what I put into my body now that I've learned so much about nutrition and just wellness in general. And I said, you know what, let's give it a shot. And it saved me. Within the first 3 days after just doing the gut reboot itself, I felt a shift immediately and my anxiety subsided. Then, as I continued to use it for the next couple months, I was a totally new person. I no longer was having any of those mental health issues. And yeah, it was like the best thing I could have ever done for myself. Seriously.
So would you say it was the missing link?
Absolutely. Yeah, because I was doing everything right, or at least what I had thought was correct. I was eating very well, exercising, meditating, grounding myself, doing breath work. I mean, I really was trying every single thing you could think of to calm my anxiety and just try to regulate my nervous system. And nothing was working for me. I even went to Florida with my boyfriend thinking I just needed some vitamin D and, my feet in the sand. And the whole time I was in Florida, I wasn't relaxed one bit. It was really, really difficult. I'm so thankful that I was able to find Amare and that it was seriously the missing link. Like it really had a huge effect on me. And I know it does on so many other people. And I'm so blessed now to be able to help other people out there who are dealing with the same things as me.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
When you find the solution for yourself, it's like you want to shout it from the mountaintops because there's so many people that are struggling. So thank you, Caten, for sharing your story. It is amazing. I'm so, so happy for you. Like you have your whole life in front of you to like impact so many people with us, with the mental wellness company. We're honored to have you. And if you want to see more stories, we've got literally thousands of them, from all different things. Everything goes back to the gut. So again, check out the Mental Wellness Warriors. Come on over, look at some more stories, educate yourself. It really, you got to take your health into your own hands. You know that firsthand. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
absolutely.
Because doctors don't really understand. They know how to treat symptoms and give you a drug. That's basically it. They don't really know the root causes of things. You just have to seek out other information. So thank you again. I appreciate you so much. Have
Thank
a
you.
fantastic day. And thanks again for joining me.